Hey there, everybody. I'm Tony Horton, and I'd like to thank you all for being here. And I'm sure you would like to know what all the fuss is about when it comes to this secret mission of ours. First thing I want to do out of the box is I want to introduce my good pal, Caesar. Caesar is on a mission to help the next generation of student athletes and underserved youth in the Santa Maria Valley. So there's a brand new state-of-the-art training facility that would allow them to excel and reach higher levels. Unbelievable, dude. So right away, I've got some important questions to ask you, my man.
Yeah.
You are the man in the know. Now, I guess the first question is, tell us a little bit about this project.
Absolutely. So this project was brought to me about a year ago. And, Tony, I was at a place in my life, man, where I was kind of at a crossroads. We had just, wrapped up some of the stuff with Power Nation, and that was super exciting. I was looking for that next project to put my hands on. And there was somebody that approached me. I said, hey, man, what do you think about opening up this facility? I said, man, a brick and mortar, I don't know, man. And they said, but it's for the kids, man. It's for the kids. And so I went over there and I took a little tour of the facility. And then I met Horace Grant. And this dude was like super tall. And I was just like, oh, yes, my gosh, this guy is huge. So he won me over. He really did, man. We started talking. We started having a conversation. And I started to realize that, man, this is such a great project that I can really put my heart into, put my hands on, and really kind of just, do something that will really have an impact on my community and the communities around me. And so that's kind of what this is. It's a 6,000 square foot youth training facility. We're trying to make this thing the state of the art facility to where when these kids walk in, they walk through those doors, they're looking at it and they're saying, wow, like, I can't believe this is in my city. So that's what we're doing. And we're super excited about it.
Awesome, man. Yeah, Horace Grant, you're in with some good company there. Yeah, you need Stills to walk around, hang out with him, look at him straight in the eyes. That's great. It's what a great combination between the two of you. You're going to make this an amazing event for sure. How much does something like this cost to be able to put all this together?
Oh man, dude, like just the court alone. So like I said, we're trying to do this thing in state of the art. We got quotes everywhere from like used courts that we're going to like break the boards off of some other person's floor to, brand new. Just for the court alone, it's almost about $100,000. The guy who's going to put it together, it's a really cool guy. He actually put the Lakers court together. And so that's really exciting. This is going to be a multiple six-figure just to open this thing up. We plan on putting turf, batting cages, full-blown basketball court, talking about scoreboard, the whole nine. And so it's going to come with a pretty price tag. And that's kind of why we're doing the fundraiser that we're doing.
Makes perfect sense, man. The community really needs it. And sometimes you just need to give people a little bit of a nudge to help them understand what it is that you're doing and who you're helping. I think you'll have no issues raising that bread, man. So awesome.
Thank you,
really good. Why is it so important to you and your partners? Like, why is this? Why? I know you touched upon it a little bit, but like, why? And you and I have worked together, made some magic together. Why this project for you?
It really hits home with me. I mean, I don't know if it's just because I see my kids. I have 4 kids. And I don't know if a lot of people really know this because we really never got deep about this on Power Nation's side, but I got 4 kids, and 2 of those kids I've raised on my own by myself for their entire lives. And they're like 18 and 17, 1 foot out the door. It's really crazy, man. I'm already starting to experience a little bit of that. What do they call it? Empty nesters.
Empty nest. You got the empty nest already, dude.
I'm like, they're not even gone, and I'm already over here.
You don't look old enough, dude, to have an empty nest. You're supposed to have a bunch of gray and a big old belly.
So it just really started kind of hitting home. I'm like, man, I got to do something that maybe makes the kids stick around for a little bit more, man, gets them excited about that. And also because, I was a fatherless kid being raised up, man. I didn't have my dad in my life. I didn't have any sort of guidance around me. I didn't have anybody to really, point me in the right direction, kind of give me the pat on the back and say, hey, man, you're doing great. So a lot of the lessons that I learned, I had to learn the hard way. I was living out in Indianapolis, Indiana for years on my own by myself as a teenager. And so this was something that, that when I looked at it and I started to hear some of the stories of the kids that we're serving in our community and the surrounding communities, I said, man, I got to put my hands on this, because that same kid that I am trying to help, the same kids that we're trying to raise these funds for, that's me, man. That's me. Like I look at it and I'm like, dude, that could be me living in that car. And that was me at one point living in that car. That's why it's so important to me. And on top of that, man, the fitness thing has been a huge thing in my life for a long time. So it just makes sense. It's just like my heart and the thing that I love. And the reason why I found love is sitting in front of me, Mr. Tony Horton. He's the reason, P90X all the years ago, man. So
I was one step of many.
Yeah.
But then again, if I were there, you probably would have fallen because the next step was really far. So
Right.
So tell us a little about this event that you're hosting. Tell me about that.
Oh man, we're super excited about this. When I started thinking about how can we, attract attention around this thing, how can we fundraise for this thing, but also make an impact in a major way to show these people we're not just about like hitting some baseballs and dribbling some balls around or trying to raise money for this facility, but we're really trying to make an impact in our community. So we came up with the Next Generation Live Youth Conference, and this is going to be a huge conference right here in the Central Coast. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be something where we're going to bring together amazing people to show these kids like, look, you can do what you set your mind to. And there are certain steps and certain strategies that if you put them into place, you can actually excel your life. And that's why we're bringing in the big guns. We're bringing in the big guns like Tony. He's going to come in and teach about the 11 laws, right? And we're bringing in Zach Arnold, which I think all the kids are like super excited about as well, because it's Cobra Kai.
Zach's fantastic. He's a great speaker, man.
Yeah, man. And everybody's like, Cobra Kai guy? Like, oh man, this is crazy, And of course, Tasha Danvers is going to be a part of this as well. She's just amazing and awesome. Got all the track stars, really excited for her to come. So it's just going to be an amazing event that everybody's going to be able to tune into. By the way, when we get into that in a few seconds, but we're going to bring all these kids in. The entire strategy is to be able to get these kids sponsored. So that way there's no barriers for some of these kids that we're trying to serve, right? So we're trying to get these kids sponsored, bring them into this event and give them access to people that, let's just be real, they probably would have never had access to had this event not happened. So that's what we're really trying to accomplish with this youth conference.
You and I, back in the day, we built Power Nation from scratch, because of the pandemic. And, we found a nice little handful of people that are still participating in Power Nation. You know what I mean? It's still kind of going and people are loving it. These are very committed people when it comes to their health and wellness. And there's a lot of altruism with this crowd. These are people who really aren't afraid to reach across and just say, how can I help? So I guess my question is, how can folks in Power Nation get involved with this whole project?
Absolutely. So the first thing is if they go to the nextgenerationlive.com, you'll be able to go there and sponsor a seat or two for a child to attend, right? So one of these teenagers, we're going from teenagers all the way to college, to be able to attend this event, right? So that's one way they can get involved. They can go there and they can purchase a ticket for one of these kids to attend. And by the way, when you do that, we're actually going to send you a live link. So, because we're going to stream this entire thing. So if you end up going and sponsoring one of these kids, you will not only be able to know that you sponsored and help a kid get in there, but you're going to get in there yourself virtually. And we're going to send you the link so you can watch all the presentations and all the fun. It's going to be amazing. Let's say you sponsor a teen. The ticket is $25, right? So you sponsor one of these kids. About $1.28 of that is actually going to go to feed some of the homeless around here as well. So one of the things that we're really putting our hands on is making sure we're making an impact in community, not just with the kids, but with some of the other nonprofit organizations that are in the area. $1.28 from each of those dollars or each of those 25 that we make is actually going to go to feed somebody during the holidays, which is going to be really awesome. If we can sponsor about 1,000 students, Power Nation, if we can sponsor about 1,000 students, here's what we really want to do. What we want to do is we want to, number one, plaster Tony's face all over the wall in a mural as one of our sponsors and and the people who really got behind this. And also we want to throw a Power Nation logo up on the wall as well. And so that would be amazing. So if we can hit that 1,000 ticket, that would be like phenomenal. We'll allow you to submit photos so we can make one of those montage photos like we did last time, Tony, and be able to put that up in the gym, which would be so awesome because now these kids can really see there are people around the world that help put this thing together. So the call to action.
So the kids would actually see the people who donated the money to help them be there. There are whoever else, Power Nation, our pictures will be up on the wall. That's great.
100%. And we're going to keep you up to date on how these kids are actually doing. We're going to send you stories of these kids and how we extract them from some of the situations that they're in and watch their journey over the years as they grow and as they evolve into the people that they're going to become. And it's just super exciting, man. I'm getting chills thinking about it. Just like, it's just amazing.
Wait a minute. Forgot to mention that you're going to also get this exclusive wristband when you sponsor one of our students to attend to see Tony and the gang.
At the end of this video, we're going to go ahead and play a video that shows you behind the scenes of what we're doing to actually build this thing out. But the nextgenerationlive.com, you can go there, pick up a ticket, and we'll see you on Saturday. And by the way, if you do not have the time to tune in on Saturday, but you still want to sponsor, still do that, please, because we're going to send you the recorded version of the entire conference as well. If you happen to see this video after the 5th, which is next weekend, if you happen to see the video after that, you can still sponsor a kid to be able to have come to the gym. So it's kind of an evergreen thing that we're going to be doing, and we're going to send you the recording.
So Cesar, the great thing about these $25 donations is they're tax deductible. Am I right?
100%, all the way tax deductible. That's one of the benefits of donating to a nonprofit organization and knowing that every dollar is going to it.
And the one thing too that I want to add is you don't have to donate just $120 for one kid. You want to help out 2, 3, 4, 5, 10?
Yes.
Ain't a problem, right? 10 times 25 helps, more kids. So for those of you that are watching this with Cesar and I, especially Power Nation folks, please, $25 to really, change the direction of their life. This is an amazing event. This is not just a one-off thing. This is something that they're working on, trying to help these kids really change the direction of their lives. So if you can, make it 50, make it 75, 100 or more. That would be really awesome. And it's tax deductible. Right on, bro. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Tony, I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Hey, man. When I heard about this, I go, yeah, no problem. Let's rock and help Cesar, So
yeah,
we're going to get this up right away, and I'm going to push this thing for our Power Nation folks. I mean, $25, dude, it's pennies for a lot of folks to help a kid, really change the direction of their life. That's gold. So thank you, dude, for all you've done for me in the past. And thank you for continuing to work hard, thinking about other people and looking out for them. And hopefully, you were there, man. You had those struggles as a kid, and maybe you didn't have those mentors like they've got from you, this is awesome. They're very fortunate to have you, dude. So my pleasure. Thank you, man. Good to see your face.
Stolen cars and gun crimes, violence that has been on the rise across the nation.
And those behind the acts are often teenagers, some as young as 14, who find themselves in and out of the juvenile justice system.
And I did what most student athletes do. I studied hard and I trained hard.
Zach Arnold, ACE, is an award-winning film and television editor, documentary director, and creator of the Optimize Yourself program.
So here are the 6 things that I've done in the course of the last 30 years that have allowed me to create and develop and sell the #1 fitness product in the world.
Hi, this is Horace Grant, 4-time NBA champion and basketball trainer. I am currently working with the Rise and Achieve Youth Sports Foundation to open up the best athletic training facility here on the Central Coast of California.
All right, so Power Nation, what's up, guys? I want to bring you behind the scenes real quick, like we're right here at American General Media. We're hitting up a couple of stations, talking about the event that we have going on with Tony. It's going to be crazy. So I just want you guys to come along the journey, check it out, and see all the work that we're putting in behind the scenes. So let's go.
Oh yes, it is 95.7 The Beat, the Central Coast #1 hit music station. I'm super excited to have him here. He's a longtime friend. He has so much energy. I don't know how the heck he does it. He's very inspirational. Whenever I'm feeling like down or I don't have any motivation, all I gotta go and do is go on his page, go on his social media, and it's like, oh, he's already up. He's been up for like 3 hours. It's 5 in the morning. How does this guy have so much energy? I don't know. Cesar Hernandez. Good morning, Cesar.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me. We are essentially trying to build out a 6,000 square foot facility for youth to come and train, right? We have partnered with Horace Grant, the former Chicago Bulls player. He makes me feel short. Like I always feel tall, but that dude makes me feel short. So we're doing a youth conference, a star-studded youth conference to be able to raise funds to make this thing happen. #1 on our list, we have Zach Arnold. Zach Arnold is a editor on Cobra Kai. also an American Ninja Warrior. I literally met this guy on a ninja course. Me and him worked out on a ninja course. Tasha Danvers is a 2-time Olympian. She's a bronze medal winner. This girl has done it. She's been all the way to the Olympics. She's awesome. She's amazing. Then you have my personal friend and client, Tony freaking Horton, P90X guy. P90X guy, right? I lost 75 pounds doing P90X. And I lost the weight using that program. Over 10 years later, I meet the guy. He turns into my marketing client.
Jeez.
We're working together. I'm sitting in his living room and coming up with his game plan for him to launch his new program.
That is insane.
Crazy. Shout out to Power Nation. Shout out to Power Nation. So we're going to be like banging and clanging, and it's going to be crazy.
That is awesome. That's really awesome. And everybody that you have behind you, all the guests and stuff, the guy from P90X, like, oh my God.
All right, Power Nation, man, that was awesome. We just had a great interview on 2 different stations. We came here for 1, we ended up doing 2. That was just awesome. The guy in the other station, he was like, hey man, what you got going on? And I told him and I explained it to him and told him about Tony coming in and helping us out with this with Tasha Danvers and Zach Arnold. And he was like, dude, I'm in. Come into the studio, let's cut this promo real quick, let's talk about it, get on the air. And we did that, so that was great. So a lot of these relationships that I have are coming in handy right now. Thank you so much for supporting this. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait for November 5th. This is what the idea behind Power Nation was, right? Was to be able to like just affect lives, to be able to change lives in more ways than one. And you guys have already been doing that. I see you guys flying in and hanging out with each other. I'm like a little jealous. I'm like, man, I want to go hang too. Hopefully one day we'll all be in person. We'll be able to bring all this stuff together. It'll be great. Maybe we can coax Tony into doing an actual live event for Power Nation. That would be pretty awesome.
All right, so welcome in. This is it. This is the secret project that we've been working on. I wasn't exactly sure if this was the thing, the right move. But after really stepping into the facility and meeting one of our partners, Horace Grant, former Chicago Bulls player.
Also 4-time NBA champ. How can I forget that?
It just felt right. It just felt like the right thing to do. And it felt like something that the community can really embrace. And it felt like we can make a lasting impact. This is going to be a training facility. And not just that, it's going to be the ultimate training facility for our community and surrounding communities for kids. And I can't express to you the amount of joy that brings my heart. I can't express to you the amount of excitement that I have because of that. We plan on installing a basketball court. We are also going to have turf and squat racks for these athletes to be able to build their endurance and build their strength. We want to achieve a space in which they can come, they can train, they can have fun, they can build community, they can make friends. We have a huge space that we plan on utilizing for community events. We plan on holding seminars and workshops and different things for kids, for parents to be able to come to and be able just to soak up knowledge. Having guests, celebrity athletes come to this facility. We also plan on installing batting cages in here so that way we can get all of the boys and girls that like to play baseball, they can do their training as well. So we are going to have a plethora of trainers. We are going to have all of the tools necessary for them to train and a place for them to come and build community. We're going to be doing printing as well. So we're going to have high-tech printing machines for these teams for their t-shirts and their sweaters and all the different pieces of swag that they need, their hats, all those sort of things we're going to be doing for the community as well. We do plan on doing broadcasts from here and creating spaces for podcasts and live streams of workouts like the whole nine.
If you can't convince her to like do it, bro, because I was talking to her and she was like super excited about it, but she has a lot going on. So getting on the phone and just making all the calls that we need to be able to bring this thing to life. That was one of our contractors who's going to be doing copywriting, emails, stuff for the website, all that sort of stuff. To put on an event like this, it takes a team, man. It really does. From automations, emails, graphics, video. Right here we got Jarrell, the talent. You got to book the people. I mean, there's just so many things that come into it. We're here at the facility where we're going to do it. So this is it, man. This is it. So we're here to scope it out and to just make sure that everything is solidified the way that we need. Walk through it and see, what's it going to take to put this amazing event on. So, hey, listen, thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for being a part of this whole thing. You guys are going to make this thing come to life. In a few short weeks, we're going to have this whole place filled up with young people and their parents, and we're going to pour into them, and that's going to be absolutely amazing.